Ladies, can we just be honest for a minute? Painful intimacy is no fun at all. Not only does it decrease pleasure, it also decreases the desire to do anything in the first place. And the decreased desire can lead to decreased intimacy overall and really start to affect our relationships. Now, I am not saying that your relationship should be based on intimacy. However, when things are painful and we're not feeling good, it tends to take a toll in every aspect of our life. So today we're going to tackle the question of painful intimacy and give you some ideas that you can use right now to try to help. I'm Dr. Amy, PhD trained in orthopedic manual physical therapy, and here we are empowering women with changing bodies to move pain-free. One of the questions I get asked as a specialist physical therapist is it normal to have pain with intimacy? Now, for a lot of women, they're asking this question in a very specific context. So it may be, is it normal to have pain with intimacy after childbirth? Is it normal to have pain with intimacy when you're in perimenopause or menopause? Is it normal to have pain with intimacy if you have a prolapse? So a lot of people have this specific qualification, and I'm here to tell you right now, it's not normal ever to have pain with intimacy. It's a sign that there's something going on with your body, and it sent up the white flag and said, I need some help over here. Because let's face it, pain with intimacy definitely gets our attention. So what causes it in the first place? Well, everybody's different. So there are a lot of different things that can be causing pain with intimacy. The first being that the muscles are tight. So if you tend to have more insertional pain, so right upon entry, chances are really good that what you have is some tight muscles. So women can get really tight pelvic floors, and it can make it really, really difficult to enjoy the insertional process. If you have pain upon penetration, this can be more of an issue of something kind of being in the way. So your organs can actually move a little bit through your body. They're actually held in these fascial slings. And so sometimes those slings can get stretched out or they can get tight. And then everything gets kind of jammed down in that abdominal cavity. And that can actually cause some of the insertional pain. If you're stressed, it can make it difficult to relax, which can increase pain during either intimacy or during penetration. And let's not forget to look at emotional responses. Some women are suffering with trauma that they have from when they were younger. You may have suffered with a traumatic birth and your body is having a difficult time processing that and moving forward. You may have some stress in your relationship and it makes it difficult to be intimate with your partner, which can then lead to increased difficulty and pain. You may be going through perimenopause or menopause and your hormone levels are changing and you're finding that everything's just a little bit different down there, and that can be causing some issues. Equally, as you're going through perimenopause and menopause, or even if you're postpartum, additionally, anytime there's big hormonal shifts in your body, that would be when you're pregnant, after pregnancy, perimenopause, menopause, as you're going through these hormonal shifts, your body feels a lot different, and how you feel in your body is a lot different. So that can actually affect us not only in a physical way, it can affect us in a psychological way as well. If you are just experiencing pain with intimacy for the first time right now, or maybe it's just recently started, I'd like you to ask yourself the question of what happened right before this started. Is there something that happened emotionally that would explain this pain? Is there something else that's going on in your world that's increasing stress and tension and maybe explaining why this pain started in the first place? If you have a lifelong struggle with pain with intimacy, then the question would be, is there any trauma that would make sense with this? If not, then it probably is a physical issue that you've dealt with all your life, you just didn't know about until you were becoming intimate. If it's the traumatic path, I would definitely recommend speaking with a counselor who can help you on that path. But if you truly believe it's a physical issue, then I recommend you work with a pelvic floor physical therapist in order to be pain-free with intimacy. In all honesty, if you're not sure, if this is a recent onset, if this is a chronic thing that you've been dealing with for years and years and years, and you don't know what the cause is, working with a pelvic floor physical therapist and potentially a counselor at the same time can be incredibly helpful. I had one patient who I was working with one time who was seeing a counselor before she started seeing me. And her counselor actually said, you know, this isn't just psychological. There's definitely a physical component to that. We were able to see how those emotions were causing physical changes in her body and actually leading to some pain. So by knowing that, because she knew that and had worked through it with her counselor, we were able to bring that into the clinic. And as we were working through some tender areas, to work on things like doing breath work, like doing meditation, in order to help her release those symptoms. Because friends, we all deserve to have pain-free intimacy. And there's no reason that we should have to suffer for the rest of our lives. Now we're going to move on to some things that I would recommend you try if you're suffering with pain with intimacy. Before we do that, if you're liking this video so far, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Now, the first thing I recommend for women who have pain with intimacy is to see if they can figure out an event or a time when it started. Because if we can deal with either that physical issue or that emotional issue, that stressful event that happened, that's going to help along our healing journey. So think back, is there something that happened right before all of this pain started? And let's make sure we work through that. The next thing we want to do is some breath work, making sure we're doing our deep breathing. And I do it really, really simple. I breathe in through my nose for a count of 4 and out through my mouth like I'm blowing out a birthday candle for the count of 4. It's not that hard. I promise you can do it right now. And I like to keep things really simple. Now, I do have some patients who get really into their breath work. There's different types of breath work, and they've learned how to do these different types of breath work, and it helps them in different areas and at different times. And that's all fantastic. If you want to do that, I highly encourage that. But if you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about with all this breath work stuff, keep it simple, sweetie. What I'm going to have you do is breathe in for 4, out for 4. Nothing hard about it. That deep breathing helps to activate the vagus nerve, which is your chill out nerve. So it's going to get your entire body to relax, which may help with intimacy. The other thing I recommend is finding some relaxation techniques that work for you. Now, this can be different for everyone. Some people really enjoy going for a walk. Some people enjoy reading a book. Some people enjoy cooking. Everybody's different in what's relaxing for them, but making it a point to spend some time relaxing, doing something you enjoy, having some pleasure that's not intimacy, to get your body prepared. And for some people, those relaxation techniques are things like stretches or yoga or Pilates, which I think all of those things are great. But for some people, those can actually increase tension because they can't get into the right yoga pose, or it causes pain in another area. There's all kinds of different things. So you have to figure out which relaxation techniques and movement strategies relax your body. And then make it a point to do those beforehand. I know it can be unfun to have to schedule intimacy around and making sure you're doing your relaxation techniques. But hey, if it led to pain-free intimacy, wouldn't you be willing to do a little bit of scheduling? And I do have to apologize for these wraps on my hands today. I actually fell a couple days ago and sprained my ankle, and I have big boo-boos on both hands. So I have my hands wrapped today so you don't have to see my big boo-boos. Let me encourage you that you do not have to settle for having pain with intimacy. You do not have to grin and bear it, and you do deserve better than that. If all of this seems overwhelming and you're just not sure what to do next, I recommend reaching out to a pelvic floor physical therapist who can help guide you and your body specifically through this process. I know it can seem overwhelming, especially if it's been going on for a long period of time. When I'm asking you to go back to when it started, you may be like, I don't know, it just seems like it's always been this way. So sometimes having a guide or a mentor to walk with you during this process can be super helpful to decrease your symptoms and help you make the progress that you're hoping to see, because you're worth it and having pain-free intimacy is worth it as well.